Grainger makes it easy to find and order the products your team depends on around the clock. Packed, pallets are stacked, and trucks are waiting at the dock. The last thing you want is to run short on the supplies that keep your warehouse moving. Grainger is there to help make sure nothing runs out when shipments are rolling out. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here today. Greatly appreciate it. It's exciting as we introduce our new president of soccer for AMBSE. We just want to give a quick rundown on how this will run. AMB Sports and Entertainment CEO Rich McKay will give an opening statement, followed by AMBSE Vice President of Executive Strategy Josh Blank, and then Mauricio will give an opening statement. From there, we'll open it up to questions. I ask that you please just raise your hand if you have a question, and we'll get a question mic to you. And then if you don't mind just introducing yourself and your outlet that you're with, and just let us know who your question is directed to. That would be great. With that, we'll get started, and I'll pass it over to Rich.
Thank you.
You're good to just stay from there.
God almighty, that's fantastic. Okay, good morning. I will be extremely brief. All I'll really talk about is the search that went into the hiring of Mauricio, which took us a good long time and went across a big territory. So we hired Sportsology to help us in the search. We had created a new position, which is the president of soccer. That new position was created when we made the decision to buy the NWSL franchise. The idea was that we would hire one person to be over the top of both soccer organizations, and we wanted a person that would have experience, if they could, in both. We felt like that was important. I look at the stats. I think 40 candidates were interviewed in some way, shape, or form. We looked at 20 different leagues. I think they looked at markets of England, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, Brazil, Mexico, and the U.S. We interviewed 5 finalists, got down to 2, interviewed those again, and ended up, that search probably took us almost 4 months, and ended up in hiring Mauricio. And so it was a pretty thorough search. We used a lot of people. We used a lot of individuals from Atlanta United. We used people from AMBSE just to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to talk to the candidates. We felt like this is a very critical hire to us from where we are Atlanta United-wise, but certainly where we are getting ready to launch a new franchise. So we settled on Mauricio, and I'll let Josh kind of lead you through how we settled on Mauricio.
Thanks, Rich. As Rich mentioned, a very unique role for us, and in some ways looking for a little bit of a unicorn of an individual. And with Mauricio, I think we found that. Starting with being the president of a well-known commodity in Atlanta United, organization that's been established for almost 10 years now in playing, while also overseeing a newly launching team in 2028 with our NWSL club, certainly created a lens for us to think about, okay, what really did we want to set out when we were looking for this individual? We had 4 more core principles for what we were looking for. First and foremost was someone with previous operational excellence at the club level. When Mauricio was at Club America, he achieved great success both on the men's and women's side, and most recently at Tigres, where he won 4 Liga MX Femenil titles, 1 Liga MX title, many Campeones Cups both on the men's and women's side, but also achieved tremendous commercial success where he doubled commercial revenue in his 4-year stint with the club there. And I think a great testament for those who have been keeping up in the North American soccer landscape. Tigres was in the finals of the CONCACAF Champions League just at the end of May, where we hope to be with Atlanta United in the near-term future. The second piece was, how can we continue elevating Atlanta as the epicenter of soccer? Mauricio's experience as the chief operating officer for the Mexico Federation from 2019 to 2021 really was important for us as he can continue to build our relationship with the U.S. Soccer Federation, with them moving their headquarters here, but also his previous experiences in dealing with both the NWSL and MLS when he was with the Federation. Mauricio was actually a part of Mexico bringing the World Cup to their various cities for this World Cup that's going on right now, but also was a part of them and their planning processes for the Qatar 2022 World Cup as well when they participated in it. The next piece was the experience in the women's game. As we touched on, we'll be launching a team in 2028. Mauricio was at Club America when Liga MX actually formally launched their women's league in 2017. So he saw what it meant to launch a league from the ground up, but also a team, and was a part of that. And then most recently with Tigres, tremendous success on the field and building their team up, tremendous success off the field as well in terms of elevating their players into superstars. Mauricio is actually the only president in Mexican soccer history to win a men's and women's Liga MX title at two separate clubs with Club America and Tigres. And then the last piece is, and many of you know this, but we're a values-based organization, and Mauricio certainly checked all of our core values and someone that we believe will be an integral part into the community. And we're excited that he put his trust into us in moving here to Atlanta. Mauricio is bringing his three boys, Pablo, Emilio, and Martin, along with his wife, Andrea, from Monterrey. And we're excited to welcome them here, both to Atlanta, to the state of Georgia, and to our clubs as well. And I'll kick it over to Mauricio.
Thank you. Thank you for all those words. Thank you all for being here. It's great to meet you. I'm very excited to be here. It is a great honor for me to be part of this great institution, having the opportunity to lead two amazing projects along with great leaders as Josh and Rich. From when I first heard about the opportunity, I was convinced I wanted to be here. I mean, I've experienced firsthand the growth of U.S. soccer. I mean, I'm positive that both leagues have the potential to become the best leagues in the soccer world. And I'm convinced that we have one of the best ownership groups in the sports and entertainment landscape. I think what Arthur Blank has built here, I mean, with two teams now, with the stadium, with the U.S. national training facility, has created an ecosystem like no other in the world. So I'm very happy to be part of this. I've been here for the last week. I've been to the 3 matches, the World Cup matches, and I've experienced firsthand the passion of the fans, how the appetite they have for football soccer now. So, I mean, as I said before, when I first heard about this opportunity, I knew I wanted to be a part of this. I've seen why Atlanta is the epicenter of soccer in the United States. I know there are many challenges ahead, but as George mentioned, I've been a part of this industry for a long time now. I've been part of, and I had the privilege to lead 2 very important football soccer institutions, men's and women's programs. And I just want to tell the people here in Atlanta that they can be sure that I will put like all my effort, my experience, my knowledge, my expertise to bring Atlanta United back where it belongs. I mean, we have a great management team, we have great people, and I think the talent is there in place. So I just wanted to tell them that that's where we're gonna focus now. And obviously, after that, they can be sure that they will have 2 teams that they will be proud of. So that's why I'm here. I'm very happy to be here, very grateful with this institution, and thank you.
All right, great. So at this point, we'll open it up to questions. We'll start with Doug up front here.
Hello, Mauricio. It's nice to meet you. I'm Doug Robertson of Soccer with Doug. Hey, Josh. Hey, Rich. For Mauricio, what is the most important skill you bring that is going to help Atlanta out of this 7-year malaise that it's in right now?
So for me, very nice to meet you, Doug. So I started like 23 years ago in this industry. I started as an analyst, then I was like the operations coordinator. I was in charge of the logistics and travel for the first team of Club America. And I've moved my way around from the bottom up. So I think I know, like, and I have a lot of experience, and I know, like, all the aspects and all the parts and components of a soccer team. So I think that will be, like, my biggest asset. I've been, like, and I've been through this. I've been through great moments in a club. I've been through very bad moments as well. So I think I being there during those times and moving up from all the way down and getting to know all the different areas of soccer club, I think that will be my biggest asset here.
Go to Tyler. Front.
Hey, Mauricio. Tyler Pilgrim, Scarves and Spikes. Welcome to Atlanta. You mentioned the challenges that the club has faced over the past few years, and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, you got to witness it with a packed house. Atlanta United at one point was packing out that stadium consistently. I guess my question for you is, you're just getting here, but relatively soon, what can you do to make an impact on the product on the pitch to get fans excited about coming back to the stadium?
Very nice to meet you. As you mentioned, I'm just getting here. I mean, I was, like, at my former club playing in the CONCACAF Champions final on May 30th. So I'm starting to get involved. But I understand as well that sometimes in sports in general, there's not much patience. There's not a lot of time. So I'm just diving in and try to understand and learn the most that I can. But I know that we have a lot of talent on and off the pitch. I mean, I think we have very talented players. I think we have a very talented coaching staff. I think we have a great management team. And obviously, like, people want to go to the stadium because they want to see their team not only win, but to have fun, to see a team that represents them. So it will be, I will say, it will take us, like, a holistic approach. I wouldn't say it would just be like a very specific thing. So we will have time, and we're planning on that because, as you said, it's something that we need to fix as soon as we can.
Jose.
Mauricio, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. I'm going to ask you in English. Mauricio, how much impact will you have in creating a roster and the sporting side in Atlanta United?
Hola. So the way that I've always worked is I'm a strong believer in teamwork. So for me, never it's only my decision. I've always tried to work with the people, with the experts. I mean, because I've been around for a long time in this industry, but I didn't play soccer, and and I always say that. So I think we have experts on the team. We have Chris, we have Tata, and a great coaching staff, and we have a lot of people in there. And I usually say that all decisions, and obviously roster decisions, are decisions that we, in my case, I always try to make it like a team decision. We need to be all in pro of bringing one player, and that's the way I like to think about those decisions.
Joe.
Hi, Mauricio. Joe Patrick with Five Stripe Final. Nice to meet you. Welcome
Hi,
to
Joe.
Atlanta.
Thank you.
One of the team's key players, Alexei Moranchuk, recently gave an interview, and he expressed frustration with complacency inside the locker room, and he likened the situation to lying in a warm bath for at least some of the players. What's your reaction to hearing that, and how do you balance urgency versus complacency setting in?
I think it's not the case for me to talk on specific cases now, and I didn't heard, like, I was not aware of that. But I mean, I always try to make this comparison, and I don't know if it's gonna sound well in English, but it's like when you're driving a car, you need to look ahead and see like the curve that you're gonna be there like in 500 meters, but you need to see like the bump in 10 meters. So it's a combination and it's a balance between the short, the mid, and the long term. And that's how I like to see what a soccer team faces every day, because it's not only about the short term, it's about making the good decisions to try to be better in the short term and in the long term. And as I said, I mean, I think we have experts who've been here for a while and they have experience and they know the team better than I do, so I'll be here to work with them.
Jason.
Hey, Mauricio. Jason Longshore with 92.9 The Game and Soccer Down Here. I wanted to ask you about your experiences in building two very strong women's clubs in Club America and Tigres, and what lessons you learned from building those two that you're going to bring to Atlanta.
Thank you. So one thing that is different from when I started at Club America and we started the women's team is like in that time the league just told us, you know what, you need to have a women's team, but we knew from there that we wanted to create something different, and we didn't want the women's team to be like a part of the whole team. We wanted to build something with its own identity, and I think that was a great experience. I think we took like a leap start going from there. And then during the time, we've noticed that they are different. I mean, the way you need to build a team, it's very different, the women's from the men's. They're very specific. And I think they share, obviously, some core values like identity, like core values. And I think what I've learned in building one team and taking the other team to the next level is going to be very helpful here. Obviously, what these guys did in the past with launching Atlanta United was great as well. So I think we can get some experience as well, what went well, what didn't, and we can replicate what went well. But obviously, we will need to create something very specific and as I said before, something that the fans will be proud of.
Madison.
Hi, everyone. Madison Cruz with the SDH Network and 92.9 The Game. My questions are actually for Josh and for Rich. How important was it to have someone like Mauricio come in and be one figurehead president of soccer of both Atlanta United and with the NWSL team coming?
Yeah, I think incredibly invaluable. One, for someone like Mauricio, who was a part of Club America and Tigres, arguably two of the biggest clubs in Mexico and North America and the Western Hemisphere, for his belief to come in and be a part of our clubs in Atlanta, I think signals the growth and trajectory of MLS and NWSL and where we're really heading, and in our belief of continuing to grow the leagues, but also our club in stature. As far as his experiences before, I think it's incredibly valuable. We wanted somebody who had been there, done that, and was a part of it to provide expertise with what we were doing.
We'll go over here on the right.
Hi, Vincent Simone, CBS Atlanta. My question is for Mauricio. You and Josh both mentioned this, the mission to make Atlanta the center of U.S. soccer with the National Training Center in Fayetteville. What do you see as the role of the club teams, with United and the incoming NWSL club, in making that mission a reality?
So I think like making this mission a reality, the clubs and the teams will be the face of it. I mean, I think we will be the ones who will be playing like every week here. So obviously we have to to instill that passion in the fans. They will need to be proud of the product that they see on the pitch, and I would say they will be like the ones. I mean, we need to be the emissaries of the message for the whole U.S. So they can see that Atlanta is the epicenter of U.S. soccer.
Amna?
Hi, Mauricio. Welcome to Atlanta on this Spun with AJC. I'm just curious about your experience in the federation level and how that has helped you propel into the club level and how that's translated.
So I was at the Mexican Federation during 2 years, and I think it gave me a different point of view. I mean, I think when you work like it was my case, I worked in soccer teams like for most of the time. I think when I got to the federation, I got a different sense of what of seeing a football team from the other side. I think when you're at a football team, as I said before, there's no patience. Everything goes like pretty fast and very quickly. So I think sometimes you need like the time to step aside a little bit, and you need to see that sometimes you just need patience. You just need to trust the process. And if you have the right people on the right place, and you have like clear minds, like a clear plan and clear objectives, the results will be there.
Doug?
Two questions, one for Mauricio and one for Rich or Josh. For Mauricio, what is going to be your first big decision? NWSL coach, what might it be? And for Josh or Rich, considering the teams playing different leagues, different training sites, different schedules, different rules, what is the advantage of one president for both franchises?
So I think there will be a lot of important decisions. I always say that being in this job, it's like a lot about making decisions, sometimes with the information you have. Sometimes you wish to have more information before making a decision, but that's not the case. So obviously now, with the break and with the transfer window, I think obviously that will be not only one, but different important decisions. And we're like in the process of hiring the chief soccer officer for the NWSL team. Obviously that will be a big decision. And I'll say there will be many important decisions from here till Atlanta United season starts again.
Yeah, having someone oversee both teams, I think, allows for collaboration, sharing of best practices, but also ensuring that each team has their own unique identity, both on and off the field. And really, too, that they're communicating with one another. At the end of the day, both teams are here to continue growing soccer, continuing success on the field, to continue engaging with the fans, and ensuring that there is communication. The last thing that we would ever want is for one team to be taking away for another. And you've even seen around the World Cup, we've had numerous activations where we've had both NWSL and Atlanta United presence to help continue growing the game here, and that's ultimately our goal, is to have both the men's and women's team work together in moments, but work separately in moments, and having someone who is overseeing that and engaging with both separate leadership teams around that is incredibly important.
So I think when you went to the groundbreaking, you saw that what we were trying to do, right, is have two separate entities, unique identities to both, but commonality where 2 + 2 could equal 5. Not 3, and no competition amongst those teams, but collaboration, and that was kind of why we came to the construct of putting a president of soccer over both, but letting him independently operate. That was kind of the theory.
Jose?
Mauricio, está así en español. Mauricio, me imagino que has visto ya el equipo, has analizado lo que está pasando. ¿El comando técnico tiene tu confianza? Es uno. ¿Y qué crees que necesita el equipo para mejorar y atraer más hinchas, que es lo que se desea, ¿no?
Sí, creo que el Tata Martino y su cuerpo técnico es un cuerpo técnico probado, ¿no? Lo que hizo no solo en este club, sino lo que ha hecho en sus demás trabajos, habla por sí solo. Entonces, por supuesto que tiene toda mi confianza. Y creo que del análisis que he hecho, te digo, ha sido un análisis todavía no muy profundo. En eso estoy, pero creo que al final, independientemente de dónde estés o de qué equipo sea, creo que las bases para crear equipos sólidos, independientemente en qué liga, están ahí, son las mismas, no tienen, tampoco no hay una receta secreta, digamos, pero bueno, la idea es seguir trabajando en lo que me ha funcionado y por supuesto de la mano del equipo como Chris, como Dimitrios y Josh y Rich, por supuesto, trabajo en equipo y creo que con eso vamos a poder trabajar para sacar esto adelante.
We'll go over here in the middle.
Hi, Mauricio. Avery Braxton for Atlanta News First. I'm kind of piggybacking off of what you were talking about with Anna, just as far as the processes. Do you feel like with building a women's team here and with what Atlanta United is, that you have kind of a longer runway to kind of get things done in a positive and going in a positive direction?
Hi. I mean, I know and that this ownership group believes in processes and they have patience, but at the end of the day, I know how this works. I mean, I'm no new to this. I mean, I know that at the end of the day, we're a soccer team and we need to perform well on the pitch and off the pitch, because I always say that you can be doing everything right off the pitch, but if the team isn't winning, so I think we'll have time. But we need to get the results as soon as we can as well.
Joe.
Mauricio, do you plan to kind of take an audit of the club in these early days, or if not, can you just describe kind of what you will be doing over these next 30 to 60 days, let's say, and kind of what your top priorities are?
So now, I mean, I just arrived last week, so I'm getting to meet like all the people. For me, I think like human capital is the most important thing that we have. So I'm trying to get to know all the people, to learn about what they do in the club. So that's the process that I'm taking now on one hand, but on the other, as I said before, we're in the middle of starting the transfer window. This break has been very good for us because we've had time to talk about it. We have time to plan. But I'll say it will be to create a plan for the short, mid, and long term. That's how I see the next, getting to know everyone, getting to know how the institution works, and creating that plan.
Tyler.
Mauricio, do you have a particular philosophy for how you would like to implement anything with the youth soccer culture or with the academy? Both, I mean, I know the NWSL team won't start off with an academy, but youth soccer in general is very different in the U.S. than it is most of the world. Do you have a particular philosophy that you want to try to push?
No, I think like right now, just talking about the academy, I think, and I've seen that 4 teams played the playoffs. I think we won the under-13 championship. So I think that's doing great. So that area, I just, I don't want to change anything from there, but maybe I will bring what I know, what might be helpful to be better. But I don't have like just a strong identity, because I do believe that, principle in academies, I think like the prototype of the player is different, the style of play is different. So I will need to learn before trying to make some adjustments in the academy. And now that they're doing so well, I don't think that will be like a priority.
Jason?
I'd love to hear from all three of you because I think you all have very unique perspectives on this. With the World Cup and the attendance and the TV ratings and the fan festivals and all of that, what kind of opportunity does that create for Atlanta as a soccer city going forward?
An incredible one. As the matches both that have been played here, but the Fan Fest, as you mentioned, as hopefully the U.S. continues to make an incredible run, already qualifying for the round of 32 and winning the group. Hopefully it'll have a transcendent impact on the sport, both in our city and our state, but across the United States more broadly. I think you're starting to see people who necessarily maybe weren't into soccer or weren't into soccer in the United States, but maybe were fans of overseas, of becoming fans here locally. And so having the opportunity, whether it be to introduce people to the sport or create fandoms is really exciting. And both for Atlanta United, for NWSL, but also for the stadium in terms of future opportunities that we may have to host international friendlies or future competitions like the Women's World Cup, Copa America. Rumors are that it's going to come back here at some point too. We'll want to be in all those conversations to ensure that we're continuing to do our part in growing the game. But once the World Cup ends, it's on us as an organization, as clubs, and really as the leagues too, to continue tapping into those fans who have experienced fandom, whether it be inside the stadium or outside the stadium, to continue growing it.
So I think Josh's point is spot on, which is fandom is, you saw what Atlanta United became from that opening day forward and how great we grew the fandom and how the city and the surrounding areas embraced the franchise. We haven't had this success on the pitch as of late, and that's led to fandom still pretty high in MLS standards, but could be higher. This is a moment in time where there's a lot of people that have now experienced soccer in Atlanta, whether that's going to Fan Fest, which I don't know what number we're at now, Josh, but we're at a number bigger than we ever would have envisioned, and we've added another. Are we allowed to say that? Have we added another day, and did we do that publicly? Good, okay.
Thursday night, 6 to 12.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't want to be ahead of us. But that is all opportunities for us to convert those people who have come into the funnel as fans. And to do that, you know, we put it on Mauricio, we put it on Chris and Demetrius to win matches, but create moments where those people are welcome to come. And then the other thing I think that we can do as Atlantans to capitalize on the moment is we are really good at public-private kind of group projects, as the mayor likes to say. And this is another moment where we've come together and really done that well so far, still have much to go. We need to keep capitalizing on that, keep being that place that we can host these big events, because we can host them really well. We do have the airport, we do have the hotels, we do have the convention center, we do have the support of the mayor and the governor, and we do have a stadium. So hopefully this just becomes another springboard for more events that we can lean into and capitalize upon.
Doug?
For Mauricio, you've mentioned the transfer window a couple of times, and I know that you're becoming educated on MLS rules, which are complicated and deep.
Yes.
How would you describe Atlanta United's salary cap situation right now, and how many windows do you expect it's going to take to get this team to perhaps close to maybe what it was in 17, 18, and 19 when it was competing for trophies?
Yeah, I'm getting used to those rules, as you said. I mean, I'm very familiar with the league. I mean, we played a lot of games versus MLS teams and WSL teams. As you said, rules are complicated and very specific. We have like experts on the team. The way that I like to see transfer windows is like every transfer we try to do in every window. We try to look at it like for the long term and for the short term. It's not like, okay, we're gonna bring someone and then next transfer window, oh, we need to bring another one just to take care of the transfer window. So I don't know how many windows will it take, but I can tell you that one of the great things about this tournament is if we can reach the playoffs and then there's a new tournament there and everything can happen. So now we're going to be focused on trying to get to the level where we can get to the playoffs, and after that, I think we'll have a competitive team to compete.
We got time for just a few more. Joe, and then we'll go to Kelly in the back.
Mauricio, I wanted to ask you just about the competitive level between MLS and Liga MX, and what is the opinion of sporting leaders in Mexico about this league, and how can this league attract better talent over time?
As I said before, I'm convinced that the MLS has the potential to become one of the best leagues in the world. And if you see the last tournaments, mentioning Leagues Cup and CONCACAF Champions Cup, I think now it's been like pretty similar, the level. No, competitiveness of the MLS has grown considerably in the last years. I mean, like, I think for the last, I don't know, 5 years maybe, like the semifinals for CONCACAF Champions League has been between Mexican and MLS teams. So that talks about how competitive is MLS now. I think a great thing that is going to happen, and it's already announced, is the change in the calendar. Because when I was there, I think that was a great advantage for the Mexican teams, because when we started playing that tournament, I mean, teams here in the MLS were just starting preseason, and we were like at the middle of the tournament and we were already started. So I think those structural changes in the MLS will have a direct impact on competitiveness between MLS and Liga MX.
Kelly Price.
In the back, way back here. Hey, Kelly Price from Fox 5. Welcome to Atlanta. I wanted to ask you about your perspective on the World Cup, seeing it here in Atlanta. What has it been like for you to see that in Atlanta? And given your experience in Mexico, planning behind the scenes and stuff, what's it been like to see this all play out?
I mean, I really was impressed. I think, obviously, the stadium is amazing, but like the passion, the appetite for the people. I've been watching some games, not a lot because I've been working as well. But I mean, I watched the atmosphere in the US games. I watched the other day the atmosphere at Seattle. So, and I've experienced the atmosphere here in Atlanta. I mean, it is, I was impressed, really. I mean, I come from Mexico. I went to the opening game. I think it was a good experience as well, different. But I'm really impressed with what has been going on and the numbers and everything that Rich and Josh were saying. But being here and experiencing it firsthand has been incredible for me.
All right, great. At this time, if I can have Josh, Mauricio, and Rich, if you don't mind just standing up and moving aside. We're going to move the table and the mics and the chairs, and then we have time for a photo op. Holding this? Okay, our photo all set? TVs? Got it? All right, great. Thank you all for coming. Truly appreciate it.